Hello, everyone. We are fortunate to have Danil Kislinskiy here with us today. Danil, he is the CEO at Go Global World. Thank you for coming, Danil. How is everything going with you?
Everything is great. I'm based in San Francisco Bay Area. We just passed the storm, so it's getting better and better in the Bay Area right now. The weather is fun.
Nice. Before we start, can you please tell us about your journey and how you came to found Go Global World?
All right, thank you. Thank you for asking these questions. Currently I have three companies beyond Global World. I have also GGW Ventures. We invested late Series A companies, software primarily. We also have GGW Services, where we help with incorporation, tax filing, accounting, and Global World is the main one, the main one out of all these companies, which is the platform facilitating connections of investors with the right deal flow, and we connect founders with the right investors automatically through our technology without borders. So it's digital Silicon Valley. And how we came to that is I started the community about 4 years, right before the COVID, like 4 years ago. And I started the community with a simple mission with founders, help founders without asking anything in return. And I was really bothered with a problem that founders who are outside the United States, they have less chances to raise capital, less chances to build business, so many limitations, and they need to travel to the United States to make their dream come true. And so we decided to try to change that, and we'll build a community with founders, co-founders, to get access to investors, to get access to resources, to get access to everything possible for founders. And it worked and became viral. Our community grew substantially, and this was the first step of supporting entrepreneurs. And with all that, we capitalized on our idea of helping others and connecting one to the other. We built a large network, basically outside Silicon Valley, but it's also global. We have founders in Australia, in Eastern Europe, in Africa, and all over the world. And we, in parallel, we built our large network of investors, over 5,000 warm connections with investors who we invite to our deal flow, to our pitch events, to everywhere we can. And with all of that, we built not only the technology, but also the power of the trust between people. And so we, having this, let's say, power of the network, we can do warm intros. Through the technology, through our own personal interest, this is how we facilitate faster connection to the right investors, or for the investors, saving them time on avoiding irrelevant deals and bringing only those few that are really a fit to them. And so it's appreciated by both sides, and with the technology, it's just making it lightning fast, and we're happy to help.
So can you tell more about how do you ensure trust between them?
Okay, so it's all about reputation, and reputation is a thing that you need to work on it like every day, and it's an asset. It's an invisible asset of your hard work you do. So how you do that? It's by helping others. So we already have verified network, and we are making sure that we have only a legit, real, high quality audience, and we verify every profile on the community, on the platform. And if it's investor or startup, we don't allow to sell to each other or something, so we moderate it. But it's the job of the founder to build this trust to them by helping others. When you offer your help to others when they need it, and you proactively help, and you show yourself in action, you gain some reputation in front of those people. And other people in this community also can see that, and they can also come back, ask you something, and you can help. So by giving first means you can support some of the some of people in our community, so they can probably help others. And this is how Silicon Valley is built. Like, I was helped by many founders and investors who I never met. So I was introduced. They never knew me. They never asked me anything. They didn't ask me to pay them, but they helped me so much. So I was like, what do I do? How can I return the favor? We don't need you to return me the favor. It was me to help you so you can help somebody else. So paying it forward model is really working. And so this is what we apply in our community, but not just in Silicon Valley, on a global level with a very selected group of people.
So what are the core values that Go Global World operates on?
Well, it's a great question. I put the same values for the team and for our community members. We build trust based on doing, not just by promising. Mm-hmm. And so we trust them giving by making everything transparent. All the contracts, all the business relationship, they are so clear upfront, so they don't need to even worry about anything else. Simple, straightforward, and transparent. And in the key, in the corner, in the cornerstone on all this is their reputation. So if somebody is taking advantage of others, they're losing reputation. If somebody is trying to using some quick hacks to sell something to others and leverage the trust they gained, they lose their reputation. And yes, unfortunately, we had about like 1% of our audience was removed from our network just because they were doing wrong and they were damaging their own reputation. Gaining the reputation back is really hard. Losing it is just maybe one wrong decision. I mean, making mistake is okay, but making something on purpose, we don't tolerate that, and we protect our audience. That's what we do.
Can you discuss a time when you had to make a tough business decision that did not align with your personal values?
It's a good question. So I call it founder stories or founder scars that you gain during your founder journey. So one of the most basic, obvious one, the sanctions that's happening recently. And because we are a global company, we have to follow the law, and especially sanctions law. And there are plenty of brilliant founders that are located, for example, in Russia. And we used to had a great relationship with the Russian founding community. But now we have to deny them some services of ours. And it goes against my values in terms of helping founders, but I cannot be above the law. So there is a law, I have to follow that. And this is probably another way of showing an example to other founders to comply with the law, to be transparent and build a reputation, not just helping founders, but also be law-abiding companies. And I mean, this is really important in the long term, because in the end of the day, if they are good people but they're not good with the law, it's nothing gonna help them.
Thanks for sharing. Yeah, this is really, I can imagine this is really tough, to be honest, when you have to follow the law but it doesn't align to your personal values. Yeah. Can you also share maybe a successful case study that you're particularly proud of at Go Global World?
We have a lot of successful cases, and I will tell you about one of the recent. I cannot tell you the name because I haven't been allowed to, but it's the interesting story. So we've built a large network, and we've hundreds of connections and matches happened with investors. So it's like we're giving a startup a chance to move forward with investors faster. It doesn't mean that they will invest or not. One of the problems why it's so exciting, before I tell you what is this, because it used to be about 150 pitches they need to do to find one interested investor. That is like public statistic. Now in crisis, it's probably 300 to 500 pitches they need to do to find one interested investor. But each investor is like, you need to find them, pre-qualify them, email them, then agree on Zoom pitch, and then follow up. It's a couple of hours of their life. Multiplied by 500 is half a year of your life full time, and all of them say no. So we already built hundreds of connections. Many of them happen instantly through our technology. That's just a basic thing I'm proud of. But we've built our own internal show called GGW Sharks. based on the concept of Shark Tank in the United States. This is a famous show where entrepreneurs are pitching to billionaires or something. So we've made a simple version of that in Zoom, and it's been a success for the past year and a half. Every 2 weeks we are doing this event. We have like from 100 to 300 RSVPs, sometimes 500 RSVPs. Even Anderson Horowitz from Tech Week started supporting us, started co-hosting this event a few times a year with us, and we are super proud of that. And when they support us, we have like unlimited amount of people joining, just too many. So with this event, which is open to public, we allow startups to do elevator pitches for 2 minutes. And so even with this event, we have people who raised capital. And recent investment happened by US investors, by 2 US investors who are on our platform, on our network. They invested in a company located outside the United States. I'm not even saying United States company. Of course, they will invest in United States company if it's a good product and everything relates to their criteria. But they invested in the one in Dubai. In Dubai, there is an AI company that I cannot say you the name because we're waiting for the announcement. But these guys are building an AI technology. And these are the guys who are immigrants in Dubai. So it's like an international investment. And it happened after 2-minute elevator pitch in our public event, which is free. And that, I think, is amazing because in 2 minutes, it's not possible to raise capital in most of the cases. But we make it possible even like that. During crisis, during the hard times when investors are afraid to invest, especially at pre-seed level where the risks are super high. And yeah, that's what really happened. It's like real thing happened. It just happened. So one investor invested a few months ago, another one investing right now. I wish I would tell you the names, but I mean the announcement will come out probably soon.
So it was a pitch of the startup, and just like one startup is pitching for 2 minutes, and then investors are interested to invest.
I mean, yes, they were interested. Then they talked. Then they had another conversation. Then they got diligence. So, but it was 2-minute elevator pitch, open free event. They didn't need to pay you or anything like that. With that, they also didn't have any slides, so we don't allow any slides on our event. So it was just verbal presentation for 2 minutes, hard stop, and a few questions from investors. And then we connected them directly because investors decided to connect with them. So because investors requested, we connected, and then the things started happening. And that's just what really makes me excited about that, because that's exactly reflects to my mission to help founders without borders. So there are no borders. I don't believe in borders. I don't believe in visas. I don't believe in all these legislative limitations governments are putting on us. We want to give entrepreneurs equal opportunities, and this is here you go. You know what exactly what I mean. Of course, it's not happening like every day, not with every technology or founder, but it's happening, and we can make it more. That's just the proof.
That's really nice. That's really interesting approach. Well, right now, I have some personal questions for you. I've noticed on LinkedIn that you have 15 plus experience in sales and marketing. Right. Can you please share what inspired you to venture into sales and marketing initially?
Well, I started my career, back in 2006, serious career. Before that, I was also doing some sales attempts, but as a student, I was trying to get a job, and no one was giving me a job because they liked me, and I was going through all the interviews. And but on the final step, with the CEOs usually like, "Oh, we're not gonna take you. We like you, but we're not gonna take you. Why? Because you're gonna quit in 6 months and you get a job in an international company, not in local." I was in Russia, in Ural Mountains. It's somewhere very low opportunity place, and so I would be happy to have any job. So to me, I had to graduate 1 year earlier from my university, so I would get a chance to start working sooner because I needed money and needed to work. So then I got an interview with Philip Morris International, which is a tobacco company. I'm not a smoker and don't support smoking, but it was like amazing opportunity, and they got me into sales, the sales representative, not a sales representative, merchandiser. It was a fancy, very low level position with a car. Like, so I got a business card, which was like, to me, was blowing my mind. And my job was to negotiate contracts with retail and put brands in a better position over competition. And so and deliver the values of the company. So they started giving me, training me, doing this sales, and I was learning. I'm not the smartest person in the world, but I love learning and I love building skills. And so these guys gave me a lot of practical expertise. And then after 2 years, I was promoted to work in Moscow headquarters, and they gave me an internal startup to prevent illicit trade from Russia to European countries. So because there are some criminals who are taking, even now they're taking low value product and take them to European countries where the tax is higher, so they benefit the tax, they sell it and make a lot of money, like instantly. And so I've built a technology to prevent that. And it was a successful startup. And so with the sales expertise and understanding distribution channels and building internal technology, I was promoted to an international manager in headquarters in Switzerland, Lausanne. And so then I was doing international projects, and then I got the entire scope of like supply chains, marketing, sales, but not just in one country, but international leading teams in Senegal, Turkey, Canada, and it being involved in one of international projects that was like internal tracking system. And then all this experience plus business experience from the field was in a lot of expertise for me. So then the company invited me to build internal corporate university where I was delivering training with my functional, like real hands-on skills, the real our internal staff in Russia, Ukraine, Kazakhstan, and some European countries, and of course Turkey, Senegal, and Canada. And yeah, it's been a success because there we also built a software where we were doing some I don't know, like this game with some mathematical model. There is no right decision, and this is how I transferred my knowledge. But at the same time, I got exposed to the best practices and techniques of a large organization, which is among the Fortune 100. And yeah, it gave me a lot of expertise like that. And then I thought I know everything, so I quit the job because I was the smartest person in the world, and decided to build my own company in Silicon Valley. So I moved in Silicon Valley and failed my company after 3 months. So that was the hardest one.
Okay. And nowadays, how do you stay updated with the like latest trends in sales and marketing?
To me, information that I get from like public resource like internet or wherever is just a basic source. Mm-hmm. The main source, especially related to my own business, is my customers. And I talk to my customers and I try to listen. The technique of customer development to me is not just a one-time thing when you launch a company. It's an ongoing process. You gotta be in touch with your customers, understand them, because the market is changing, the behavior is changing, opportunities are changing, and you gotta be in touch with your customers so you can be ahead of the things happening and be, in line with the trends happening. So then you can build the technology, foresee the opportunity, and build among the first. That's what we actually do. And the sales team is not just we have, as every company, we have also a sales team. It's not just a revenue stream or opportunity to sell for the sake of just money. It's an opportunity to help customers, an opportunity to listen. So our sales team is giving us feedback from the customers like firsthand, and it's discussed internally, and then we pass the most important things to our development team. So it's an ongoing process, and it's like in the mindset of every team member I have, I would say like that.
In your experience, what is the most underestimated skill in the world of sales and marketing?
Reputation, and reputation. People don't understand the value of reputation, because reputation leads to trust. Reputation leads to stability. Reputation leads to relationship and opening new doors. People don't understand what is reputation. Many people just know the word, they don't understand the meaning, and it's underestimated because people don't know what to do about reputation. But in fact, this is the key resource to actually to your prosperity, to your relationship, to wherever success you're trying to achieve for yourself. Because you cannot achieve success just on your own. You gotta do it with other people, and some people are opening doors to you, and you gotta help first. You gotta help a lot. You gotta give it away for free, not just because you're like doing this for the sake of doing something free. No, you will someday you will ask something back, but in a good way. You just need to give this positive energy to others, honesty, transparency. And this is something people are willing to give back as well.
In the context of rapid technological advancements, how does Go Global World maintain a competitive edge in the market?
Well, I cannot tell you everything, but we are taking the advantage of what's happening right now in the world with AI. I think the innovation here is just starting, and what we already know in venture capital industry and the network we've built. So we want to multiply this with AI technology, and to empower founders to connect with investors faster, be the right fit to the right funds, and for funds not to waste time on those projects that are not relevant to them. So it's in the same strategy, in the same mindset, but we're gonna take it like a 10x the speed we already envisioned before, just with the AI capabilities. So that's how we have the competitive edge. However, we are one of the few technologies on the market where among those who help investors to find better deal flow or find better investors for startups, because we don't do cold outreach. We build relationships. We are doing the hardest work. Spamming investors through cold outreach is easy. It's just another spam. Investors don't have a problem with deal flow. They have a problem to find one next Uber or next Facebook or something. I'm not saying we are just promising they will find next Facebook with us. It's impossible, or close to impossible. But we definitely give them the most curated, most relevant list instantly. So we are one of those who have verified investors, verified founders, and the technology of instantly connected, only relevant to relevant. So neither party is wasting time on relevant people. And we are not only matching on the platform, but also outside the platform. When I say we are matching in your own network, where outside our own platform, like how is that possible? But we do. And so investors get, say, like 100 funding requests per day, and they say 99% of them not relevant at all. And for them to go through this individually, manually, is impossible. So we will process all of this, and we'll find this 1% of the best and most relevant in their own network. And we'll protect investors' inbox from those who are not relevant to them. And we'll give them this one deal that they were looking for, but they didn't do anything for that because our system processed the entire deal flow they have instantly.
Okay, Daniel, I have the last question for you. So what advice would you give to someone starting their career in sales, marketing, and in starting a business maybe?
This is actually the hardest question to answer, but ask this question, Guy Kawasaki at Stanford. He gave me a very straightforward and the right answer: just go for it. Go for it, and that's it. Because this is where you're gonna get the next challenge. You will make mistakes. You will learn. You will start listening to your customers. So you need to learn. The beauty of starting something is not just copying or trying to create the best product. You gotta ask your first question, build your first hypothesis, and go test it, go and fail. And when you fail, it's not just because you are the failure. You're not. You actually learned something that others don't know, and you dared to fail to get this knowledge. And then you have another idea of how to make it right and test it again. And it's an ongoing process until you find the right answer. And when you find the right answer, probably the customers will love it and you get your business right.
All right. Thank you so much, Danil, for this amazing and inspiring conversation. It was really interesting. And I hope also our audience enjoyed it. And folks, if you're interested in reaching out to our guests directly, don't forget to check the description below for all Danil's contact information.
Thank you for inviting. I really enjoyed the conversation. And if we can be of help to you or your network, please let us know at Go Global World. We really mean it when we try to help. If it's in our position, we're definitely open for that. Good luck to you and good luck to your network.
Thank you, Danil.